Today on episode 701 of The Grid, it is open Q&A day. We're taking your questions on Lightroom, on Photoshop, photography, photo gear, snacks, whatever. Erik, the Kuna man, is back in the house, and he's got lots to share. We have an important chicken sandwich update, plus some other news. We got lots of cool giveaways from folks who were watching live, or I guess they should be giveaways to some folks who are watching live. It's going to be a fun day on The Grid. And it all starts in just 13.6 seconds. Let's go!
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Hey-o!
Hey, how's it going?
Look, Kuna's
I'm
back.
back.
He's back.
Yeah, we had 700th episode last week. Yeah.
Kuna's back again.
Plus,
Tell
I don't
a
know
friend.
if it's me or it's you, but it looks like we're overexposed in that image.
It does. It looks like
We're
very
slightly.
bright.
I mean, I'm just very sensitive to overexposure.
Yes, you are, and you should be. And
Yes.
it does look like we're
It doesn't look
overexposed.
like we're protecting the highlights.
It does not like the highlights are protected.
Yes.
And there's no one standing at the camera.
Yeah, so I don't have any clue on how the highlights are
I
going.
don't think anyone's even
But of
listening
course,
on our
it
crew.
could be that monitor is not calibrated.
That monitor stinks, but it doesn't
but
matter.
still, like
It
the
looks-
highlights look a little bit.
Yeah, the color's not
Yeah,
right on that,
yeah.
but the brightness is.
Anyways, fix your white balance, people.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
no one. Have you noticed that no one has come out?
No.
Dobson.
No.
Make
nothing.
somebody do something. Dobson's the only person there, and he's completely silent. Dobson says nothing.
He's Dobson. What is he gonna do?
Hey, what is Dobson? He's
Look
like,
at. I see the highlights coming back. I see the highlight. Well, I saw it like roll back a little bit.
Well, not much.
Not much.
My face looks like it's glowing.
Well, maybe that's the filter we're going for.
Dobson's
It's like
now
the,
on the camera.
the glow
Dobson is
filter.
on
I
the
would
camera.
say either up the f-stop, like one stop.
Other way. There we go.
Oh.
There we go. Whew. Much
Like,
better.
I don't know. That looks better, right?
Yes.
And
quite
that's
a
when
bit.
we talk about protecting your highlights. Protect those
That's it.
highlights.
Protect those highlights. Anyway, all right. So, well, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your workshop.
Oh, it was great. It's awesome. I always
Well,
love it
tell
out
us
there.
where it was,
So
what-
we were out in the Badlands of
Badlands.
South Dakota. What I love about the Badlands is it's kind of like an open hike area. So you don't have the restriction of like going on a path, because that's sometimes when you want like those interesting compositions, it's hard when you have to like stick to a path.
Yeah, right.
Right. So yeah, we're out there, and what's great about that location, which I know you know, is like when you do a lot of these landscape workshops, you might be like, I got to drive an hour and a half that way, an hour this way.
Yep.
Like where we're positioned, we're 5 minutes from the entrance of the park, and basically 25 to 30 minutes from all the cool spots that I know.
Oh,
so
lovely.
Yeah, so that way you're not like, especially at night. You don't want to do that at night where you're having to drive at night like long distances.
Let's see some pictures.
So yeah, well here's one. This one's really cool because
That is cool.
This image.
It'd be nice if they would show
if
it.
they'd show it. Yeah, I mean it's cool, but if
Okay,
not, I mean
we have to obviously speak through an interpreter. Hey, Dobson, can you get him to show Eric's
I mean,
screen?
if not, it's cool. I mean, I totally get it. But yeah, here it is. So what's cool about this image is this was actually taken right on the property that we stay at. They've got this horse statue. It's actually a memorial to the rancher's father.
Oh.
So it's out there. And this is a blue hour blend. So this is a typical thing in a Milky Way photography. We shot the one shot at blue hour, and then the other shot is at the time that would line up, just basically about 20, 30 feet from our rooms. We could shoot right out the back porch.
So do you
So-
leave your tripod in the same? I guess it doesn't
No,
really matter.
this
It doesn't have to
this
line
is
up.
at the same location. Yes, a lot of times when you're doing blue hour blends, you're not doing the same location.
Right, but
like
this is the same.
well, one shot and the other shot is about 500 yards away from one another.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just on the same night, all that good stuff.
All right.
But what's even more interesting, so I tested out a new tracker. So there's
Oh,
a new
that's right.
tracker that I had tested out, and this shot's from it, and it worked up until I was able to go 12-minute exposure with the star tracker.
Wow.
Just using my regular alignment techniques, nothing fancy.
What was
or
your
anything.
ISO?
ISO when I got out to 12 minutes. This one's, I believe this is the 8-minute exposure. and then the ISO got down to ISO 1600.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But I was able to up my f-stop, so that gives a lot sharper image when you up.
All right,
your
let's see what
f-stop.
else we got. What else we got? That's a cool shot.
Oh, and we did this. This is a sunset shoot. Totally not Milky Way, right? But a sunset
that's great.
shoot. This
Unicorn.
is a model we've been working with for a while out there, Maxie. And this was one of her. She actually pitched this idea to me last year. You know, it's, hey, she's a cowgirl. That's what she does. Like, that's what's her living. And that's actually her horse, but with a custom-made like unicorn thing that's actually attached to the horse. That's not
cool.
put in on.
Yeah, it's
there's
not
no
added in
AI here.
Photoshop, yeah.
No AI here. But that was like the scene. So we were out at a cool place taking shots. So even when we're doing Milky Way, we still try to do the sunset thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then here's another spot. I know you don't like Star Trails.
I'm
but
not
this
a
is
Star Trail fan. This one looks pretty good, though.
So it's just that whole leading line. And then what was interesting is then the opposite way. This is another one.
Now I like
hoodoo.
that.
So really cool, huh?
Ooh,
got
that's nice.
focus stacked, so you've got the sharpness in the foreground.
Yeah,
background.
look at
That's
the very close foreground is perfectly in focus.
Yeah, blue hour blend.
Nice.
And then here's another one.
So when you say blue hour blend, what is that?
Meaning like for that one, for example, this part of the shot was shot in blue hour. This was shot at night.
Okay.
And then combined.
Okay.
Which is a very typical Milky Way kind of thing.
I love this subtle amount of light on the foreground.
Yes, I love that. And then that was the actual shot that we did with her later on in the night. So we actually had her out in the prairie and then kind of did it like she's looking up.
And
into
how
the
is she
infinite
lit?
stuff. She's just lit, again, blue hour. You have to
okay.
do that with a model because there's no way
Right.
she's going to stand still for 20, 25 seconds, especially
True.
a horse.
Especially the horse, yeah.
Yes. And then
Nice horse.
this shot is actually from one of the attendees that I was working on. This is from
that's
Gordon. It's a light painting shot. So we've got a little light painting lighting up the foreground.
Nice.
Mixed in
That's a
with
good
the
shot.
background. And
like
then
that.
here's another one from another attendee.
This is from the moon?
Yep. This is actually a car driving by that's lighting up the foreground.
Oh,
so
I
we
love
just
that.
time it with the car that's driving by.
All right.
yeah.
Well, those are great. Well,
Yeah,
thank you for
thanks.
sharing those.
Yeah.
It looks like a great.
It was an
workshop.
awesome workshop. I always love it. It's one of the highlights of the year. Well, I just love those night photography workshops because we get to actually take those techniques that we're talking about in classes and put it to practice.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
Yeah, we got.
So we talked about that. All
we
right.
got prizes.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
we have
so
more
we-
news before we get to
News.
Go ahead and do the prizes.
All right. So prizes. We got the Platypod accessory set. So we're giving away that. So this is all the little accessories you need for your Platypod. Multi-accessory kit. We're giving away one of those. Then if you want to get into that night photography stuff, giving away a copy of the night photography book here. So you can get that. And then also Scott's new iPhone photography book.
Hey,
So-
you're actually going to get a hard copy. We
yeah,
have the real thing
like
is
it's
in.
real.
And
Look at that.
while you can go and get it on Amazon, I don't think they're shipping yet. Can we see that Amazon page?
It's a few days, next week.
Oh, yeah, next week. But if you
So-
go to rockynook.com, they have it right now.
Oh wait, Prime members get it tomorrow, so it is shipping.
Oh, it
Look
is
at that.
shipping. Oh, let's
So
go.
if you
Let's
got
go.
Prime, you're getting it this week.
All right. I like that,
All right, and then a copy of On One No Noise AI.
which we love dearly.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So I have all kinds of news. All
News.
first one. So we
Oh,
just
before you get to that, before you get to news, because everybody's watching, this is a Q&A episode. So if you've got any questions that you want us to answer while we're going over this news, ask them.
Yeah, we'll be happy because today your questions can be on anything from Lightroom, Photoshop, camera gear, whatever. It's
Yes,
up to you.
open Q&A.
Open Q&A. It's on any topic you like.
Even
okay.
even chicken sandwiches, maybe.
I think we'll be talking about some
Yeah.
chicken sandwiches.
So there we go.
First, we just wrapped up our People Photography Conference. Wrapped up yesterday. Had a wonderful
Yeah, that was
experience.
awesome.
Great classes. Great instructors. But so one of the instructors was Frank Dorhoff. And Frank has been a fixture at Photoshop World for many years. And Frank is an amazing guy at lighting. I learned a lot of my lighting from Frank back in the day. In fact, the first time I ever met Frank, I was speaking in the Netherlands, and he was also at the same trade show. And so I sent him I went on his forum and sent him a note, and we met up. And then I went to every one of his sessions he did live in the Elinchrom booth because he was sponsored by Elinchrom Lighting. And that's because he's so good at lighting, and I've learned so much from him. Anyway, he was one of the instructors, and Frank is just is a great teacher and just a really cool guy. But here's the interesting news about Frank. Frank is also an absolutely smoking guitar player. He's really, really good. And he's also a songwriter. So he has songs. If you want to go hear Frank play, you can go to Spotify, search for Frank Doorhoff. And it looks like the word door, Doorhof. So Frank Doorhoff. And you can go listen to his songs. He's got his own Spotify playlist. So that's a little bit. Go check that out if you're a fan of Frank's. And if you're not, go to Kelby One and watch one of Frank's classes. By the way, a lot of people don't realize this. You don't have to join Kelby One to watch Kelby One classes.
Yeah, you can just buy a class.
You can just buy a class. Like if there's a particular class you want to buy, you can just buy it and it's your class. So there we go. And then Frank's classes are in here. Just go and use the search and search for Frank. And Frank's got a lot of classes. So type in, Frank Doorhoff, Doorhof. I better be spelling that right. Yeah, that's Door. Yeah. And then
we keep it that way.
Yeah, he's got lots of classes on lighting and shooting people and all this stuff. And he's got so many great techniques. Anyway, he's a very, very talented guy, and he's got lots of classes with us, which we're very proud of. So if you want to learn, look at like 5 fashion lighting looks, Yeah. Yeah, he's just got so many. Look at that creative light uses in studio. Anyway, Frank's great. Go check out Frank. All right.
Yeah, and that People Photography Conference was amazing. I mean, the feedback was phenomenal.
Great. Oh, yeah. So. It was like people loved it, and we had a wonderful time. All right. This next one is going to be shocking. And I'm going to warn you, Erik, what you're about to hear is going to shock you.
Okay, shocking. I'm sitting down.
So I took Tuesday off because my son, for my birthday, got me a trip. And it just a local trip. He said, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "You know what? I have not been to Universal's Epic Adventure." So the Epic Adventure theme park is the first new theme park in America in 20 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, it's been since I think the last one was Island of Adventure. So it was another Universal park. But it is like all the latest technology, all the lands are immersive. So once you enter like a land, like they did a whole, Universal's famous for having these Harry Potter lands. One's London, one is Hogwarts, and one is like the 1940s France. When you walk through that thing, you feel like you're in Paris. It's unbelievable, the detail and all this stuff. It's a wonderful park. The rides are incredible, blah, blah, blah. Food's great. I have no complaints with it. Erik, I want you to guess how much it costs now for my son and myself, 1-day pass. And what we wanted to do was you have to get the line pass.
Yeah,
so
like
an express lane. It's called the express lane because the first ride we went to.
If you're not, you're just waiting in lines all day.
The first ride, the wait time was 140 minutes.
Yes.
2 hours and 20-minute wait. Well, you're only going to get 2 rides for the day, basically, or maybe 3 if you're having to wait 2 hours in every line. So you pay extra, and they give you this express lane where you maybe wait 10 minutes instead of, and it's worth it, I think. Erik, I want you to guess how much the tickets were for my son and I. Now, 2 1-day passes and 2 express lane passes.
$600.
Keep going.
$800.
Keep going.
$1,000.
Keep going.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
I can't go above
It was
that.
So much I couldn't make my son buy it. I said, I'll get this. It was $1,022.
Wow.
For my son and I to go 1 day to Epic Universe with a line pass.
I think what surprises me when I do, because we live in Florida, so we go to the theme parks more, or we have Disney passes and all that.
Of course.
They're packed, and that's how much they charge.
Yeah,
and they're packed.
And I look at everybody here, and I go, everybody here couldn't have paid that much. But I didn't know what to say, and I didn't want to embarrass my son. And I said, you know what, buddy, let me get this one. You get the food and the rest of the stuff, which he did. He was very gracious. Wow. But I was like,
that's too much.
I had to come home and tell my wife, honey, you better sit down. This day costs more than you think. All right, next on the agenda, I have chicken sandwich update. Very important stuff. So this is a 2-parter. I don't know if you know this, but Kentucky Fried Chicken has launched a new chain that is called Saucy.
I've seen this.
Saucy, and it says Saucy, and if you look on the sign, it says by KFC.
Yeah.
So this is a new chain, and it's a chicken tender chain.
Yeah, I saw it because it took over one of the PDQ
PDQs,
locations
right.
near us.
So I went to a former PDQ location and went to Saucy. My wife said, hey, let's try Saucy. I'm like, really? Let's go. So I will give you my quick review. The sandwich was very good. It is literally 2 chicken tenders on a bun, but they have an amazing number of sauces you could choose from, like 14.
Sometimes that's too much.
It's all these sauces you could choose, any one you want. You could even choose multiple if you want. The sandwich was very good. The bread was good. The fries were completely mid. They were like...
Oh, mid.
Do you remember the old Burger King fries where you ate them and it was just like, this must be a host for something else? Like,
yes, like you need a sauce delivery mechanism.
I even got the cheese sauce on top of them and it was no better.
Oh.
The cheese sauce was bland. The fries were bland. Skip their fries. Get something else. It's
so
just,
the chicken sandwich was
chicken sandwich
good.
was, like a 7 or 8. It was pretty good.
See, I have a problem when they have that many sauces because I feel like if you have that many sauces, none of your sauces are great.
Well, I chose their standard house sauce, which is just, I think it's just called Saucy. It's because I figured
that's what you should lead with, yeah.
So the sandwich was great. Would I go back for the sandwich? Sure. Would I order the fries? No. Their fries, and you know what it is? This is what really made me upset. Their fries looked so good. They were crinkle cut.
Oh, they
and
look
I thought,
good, but
ooh, these are going to
good.
be great.
Yeah.
They need to work on their fries. There's another weird thing. The entire interior, including all of the chairs, are neon pink.
I didn't see that.
It's like eating
distance.
eating a chicken sandwich in an ice cream shop. Like it's all pink. It's like
saucy.
It's saucy. Yeah, so the pink doesn't throw me off as much as the fries do. Because if they had the really great fries, I'd have been like, what's bad is...
I mean, but is it as good as other chicken sandwiches that you put up at the top? Or is it... So it sounds like it's mid-level or like 7, 8?
It's up 7 or 8. It's up there. It was very good. It was a very good, solid chicken sandwich. I wouldn't put it like top 3, but top 5 maybe, top 6, something like that.
Okay.
Not even in the class of like way better than McDonald's, way better than Wendy's is trash.
Oh, trash.
They're in my opinion, Wendy's chicken sandwich is just the worst. There's no worse chicken sandwich than Wendy's. All right.
Pretty bad.
So now here's my second one. I'm reading an article. It's in my news feed. So I use the Apple News Reader to get my feed every day, and it samples all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And there was an article about best chicken sandwiches that you like underrated. You didn't know that they were so great. Their number 1 pick, Bojangles, which is kind of a southern chain, but they're all over the South, and I guess they're expanding. So I drove. We had a brand new one. Like 11 minutes from my house. So I drove to Bojangles. I had their chicken sandwich. It was really, really good. Like way better than I was expecting. Better than Saucy's.
Popeyes like that?
Not as good as Popeyes. Popeyes is really good. I mean, Popeyes is the one that started this whole thing.
That's kind of like the measurement usually.
Popeyes, KFC.
That's like the consistent 9.
Yeah, and I'm like, this thing is right there. That Bojangles, and also I had Bojangles fries and they were delicious. They were great. So, Bojangles is a contender. Saucy, not bad. If you have one by you, just don't
get the fries.
The fries kind of kill it. You know, it's like it's a combo meal. And I was kind of disappointed in that. But that's the latest on chicken sandwiches.
You know, the one thing we didn't mention, you can go to kel.by/grid prize, and that's how you enter for those prizes. So
yeah, there won't be a chicken sandwich in any of them.
kel.by/grid prize.
All right.
And if you win a prize, you could, I don't know, sell it and get a chicken sandwich.
You could sell it and get a chicken sandwich. Exactly. That's what we always hope that happens to are the prizes that we give out. All right. Let me see if there's anything else. We talked about that. Nope. We are all good. So we're going to take a short pause. When we come back, we're going to be answering your questions. So if you have questions on anything, Lightroom, Photoshop, photography, love.
Even wondering why there's a rotating fish behind her head back there, which I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Saw.
Ooh,
Never seen that
there is
before.
I don't remember
There's
that.
like a rotating Nemo
I can't believe
fish
somebody
back there.
that would update that, though.
Yeah, it hasn't updated. That's what threw me off.
Yeah, the rotating fish. Interesting.
My name is Sapna Reddy. I'm a nature and landscape photographer, and I'm very excited to share my very first Kelby class with you. This class is focused on shooting waterfalls. We will be covering the gear that we need to use, including different kinds of filters, shooting conditions that are ideal for waterfall photography, exposure bracketing, focus bracketing, as well as achieving the correct shutter speed for modulating the texture of the waterfall, which will make it a truly compelling image. This is a comprehensive class which will cover every step of shooting waterfalls, and at the end of it, you will be an expert. So come join me on my latest class at kelby1.com.
Look, if you ever wanted to get into lighting and you're like, I don't know, it seems complicated, it seems hard, have I got a course for you. It's on continuous lighting. And continuous lighting today is phenomenal. The technology has changed, everything's been updated, and continuous lights are so bright, you can do so much with them, and it takes all the fear and all the doubt away. I'm going to take you through the whole thing from beginning to end. You're going to see every single step, and when I'm done with this class, there is no way you will not be able to make beautiful portraits using continuous light on location anywhere you want. We're using a battery-powered system. It's going to be awesome. You're going to do great with it, and it's exclusively here at Kelby One.
And we're back. We're answering your questions.
Yeah,
You
we're
got
answering.
any?
We have some comments too. Bill says, I'm selling my Windy stock.
You
All right,
should.
So, Bill, listen. You don't need to sell your Windy stock based on my comments. You need to sell your Windy stock based on all of the comments about how Wendy's is doing. I just looked it up here. I asked, how is Wendy's doing as a fast food chain? It says, Wendy's isn't in financial trouble in terms of bankruptcy or immediate failure, but it is currently navigating a tough turnaround period.
Yep.
And the main challenges are declining U.S. foot traffic, blah, 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 cost pressures and squeezed margins, outdated locations. So they are, it says, to fix this problem, management has initiated a system-wide optimization. The company is closing between 300 and 350 underperforming U.S. locations.
We went to Wendy's the other day, and I know their optimization, but you know what they did? They optimized their ordering system to where it's
know.
AI. It's terrible.
It's
the
terrible.
worst AI ordering system I've ever seen.
And it feels incredibly impersonal.
Worst.
It feels so
Worst.
impersonal.
Yes.
And mine worked, and I got my order was correct. But you do feel like they didn't do the AI because they cared about the customer experience.
Yes.
And that's what it feels like.
Well, mine didn't
but
work
it worked.
at the time.
No, mine worked,
Yeah.
and it said back my stuff on the screen and
Yeah.
all that. But
Anyways.
that's not what
But
you do. When
yeah,
you're,
don't take financial advice from us.
Yeah, we're not financial
As
advisors.
advisors. Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah, and because like Gerald has a photography question here.
Yay,
right?
Gerald, let's go.
Gerald's asking, do you have any tips on going from DSLR to mirrorless? I would imagine the learning curve from digital to mirrorless, which there's no really is far shallower than from film to digital. So from DSLR to mirrorless, yes, is much shallower.
Yeah, there's not
It's
much
really, they took a mirror out of the camera. That's all it was.
You won't really notice a difference. Like, for example, when I
Yeah.
went from my 5D to my Canon R, while there were some new cool features, it was basically the same menus and the same stuff.
Yeah, have you found
There's not really a
I guess
big learning
I would be
curve.
is like there's advantages that I found,
Yeah.
but I haven't found. Have you found any disadvantages?
None.
The
No.
advantage being like I can throw an ND filter on and I don't have to like remove it and put it back on to like see it. You know.
Speaking of that, I saw today Amazon has 21% off on the Canon 5D, whatever the current, not 5D, R5, thank you.
R5 II or R5, just the regular one?
I think it's the R5 too. I think it's the latest Canon
that's
camera.
nice.
Amazon has 21.
Nice.
I heard Amazon has 21% off today.
So that's the
that
thing.
that was in my news feed, by the way,
There you
because
go.
my Apple news feed covers everything.
So it's yes, it's far shallower as you put. Like the difference is not really much of anything other than you're getting some advantages, like you said there. You're also the lens advantage. You can get much sharper lenses much cheaper, I feel like, especially with Canon. And Nikon and Sony.
Did you notice that really nobody talks about camera lens sharpness anymore?
Yeah, that's like gone now.
It's gone because
And it's because of the distance that they were able to tape
Yep.
out with that mirror going away. It just made it sharper. You know?
And you can buy lenses that are cheap, $250 lenses that are sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like
Yeah, somebody was at my workshop with that the 16 millimeter, and they were they. And I was telling them, look at it sharp.
It's
and when you
sharp.
look at it, like they had a much more expensive lens. The 16 millimeter was way better than the much more expensive lens. So,
And that's because the whole mirrorless revolution, one of the biggest things that it did that we didn't talk a whole lot about was the discussion about sharp lenses is almost gone. And this is all we talked about back in the DSLR. I mean, somebody came out
that
with
was
a lens,
literally there was a
tests
difference
and all
between
that,
the
and
two.
everybody's
Yeah.
like, they're so good anymore.
yeah. So is there anything else that you can think of? So the ND filters one for me
No,
was.
I think what it is
You do have an electronic viewfinder, so that's the big difference. But I actually love it
Yeah,
because
I
I can
love
review
it
the
too.
images with it up to my eye.
Oh,
Like, I don't
yeah.
have to take it down.
So I used to carry a Hoodman loop, which
yeah.
is because you're out in broad daylight. I had to put it over the back of my camera so I could see. Now I can just do it through my viewfinder. There are so many advantages. that you'll
Wildlife,
find.
that's great.
And-
Aviation, that's great. Sports, that's great.
I got one more thing.
Yeah.
The electronic viewfinders today are tremendously better than when the first mirrorlesses came out. Like the viewfinders, I think the electronic viewfinders are
They've
fantastic.
only got better. Like
Yeah.
if you've got a camera that came out, any of them, even the entry level ones that have came out in the last 3 years, they're great.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
I'm all about it. All right, let's see who else has got a question there. Dave Young.
Dave is asking, what are your thoughts on variable neutral density filters?
I'm not a fan, and I bought the very best one they make, and which is the Stingray variable. The amount of vignetting that I experienced with a variable ND, I swore off them from now on. I just get a regular ND. I have two NDs, a 3 and a 10, and I just mostly use the 10. And if I do use the 3, it's to make the 10 a 13. Like I
Yes.
very rarely use. I mean, I have used it a handful of times, but I'm not a fan of the variable ND. What do you think?
There's only one instance in which I use it, and that, well, there'd be two, but it would be if I was shooting video. That would be the one that I think it's well worth. Because when you're shooting, you have to go quick. And that leads me to the only other reason I'd use it is shooting action. Like when you're wanting to use a variable ND to maybe like change your f-stop a little bit, and you want to do it quickly, and light's changing. But that's a very small slice. For the majority, I'm with you. I just have two. I have one, a 10 stop, a 3 stop, a 6 stop. I just stack them, when I want it, and there you go, done.
All right, let's see.
And with the mirrorless, it's so easy now. Yeah. Philip's asking, on a trip to Italy with my Sony A1 II, I'm thinking of taking just 3 Vitrolux prime lenses, the Air 2050 and EVO 85. They are light and good. Do I do it or take my Tamron 28 to 200? I know
No.
you're going to have an opinion on that.
You do something completely different.
Yes.
Do you really want to enjoy your trip and take great shots? Go to borrowlenses.com or lensprotogo.com and rent a Sony 24 to 240.
240. Is it 240? Yeah, the 240.
It's
that's
24 to 240,
Yep.
and that will be the only lens you use for the entire trip. You don't have to carry around a camera bag.
Well, the only thing you would have had is you would have had 20 to 24, which, I mean, if you can give up 20 to 24, which I think you can.
Dude, Sony makes a great, sharp, lightweight, inexpensive 24 to 240. I'm telling you.
Because then the point is, and why Scott's saying this, is you have one lens that you never have to think about. You always have every one that you're talking about. The 20, 50, 85. You have all those. But you also have everything else in between. So why lock yourself into one? Especially nowadays when there's really not that advantage that prime lenses used to have back in the day.
Nope.
Because prime lenses back in the day used to have that advantage of sharpness. And it's not so much anymore.
Yeah, forget that noise. I mean, seriously, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to spend your vacation, number one, toting a camera bag. Number two, Italy has been known to have a pickpocket or someone swipe your thing from time to time. Now you got to worry about your camera bag.
Yeah.
Number three, whatever lens you have, you turn the corner and it's the wrong lens.
one, always.
Now you got to switch. Now you got to switch. Now, and you have to babysit this camera bag and carry it everywhere. Why? Why don't you go to Italy, enjoy your vacation, and also come back with wonderful images? Go rent that lens for the week. It's cheap.
That's what. And Philip, you said the key up front, on a trip.
Yeah.
If you said I'm doing a commercial shoot and they want prime lenses for some reason, like you're
Yeah.
just on a trip.
You're on
like
vacation.
enjoy
Have
it.
fun.
Just enjoy it. And that's where that one lens will. I'm a firm believer in this with travel
Yeah.
photography.
Oh.
100%. That's
100%.
if I go on a travel, it's 24 to 240 Canon. That's all I'm taking.
That's it. I went to Vietnam.
I might take the 16 millimeter little
The little
pancake.
pancake just
That'll
in
be
case.
there just in case I want to go wide.
I took it to Vietnam and never used it. I only used the 24 to 240 the entire time.
Yep.
But what's nice is if you have a little 16, you can literally stick it in your jeans pocket. You don't have to carry. I'm just not
it's
about carrying a camera
amazing
bag
travel
anymore.
lens. And Liesel's in the chat, and she said, "I've used the Sony 24 to 240. It's a great for travel. Love it."
Thank you, Liesel. Thank you for that comment.
Yeah.
Rick's got a comment.
Yeah, it's asking, could you talk about NAS?
I think he left the last letter out. It's NASA. It's pronounced.
Oh, I can talk that about all the time.
He's talking,
I can talk about both, though.
He's talking about the network
NAS.
attached storage.
Yeah.
All right. So I have
NAS.
I have a Synology NAS, and I would say that I don't really use or take advantage of the real features of an NAS. So an NAS needs to be connected to basically Ethernet, and then you can. Well, it does a number of different things, but one of them is, like, for example, if I'm here at the office and I need to get an image from my house, I can jump on wireless, access my NAS at home, and find the images I want and pull them onto my laptop. That's nice.
Yeah.
If I'm somewhere in my house, I don't feel like going to my studio where I have my stuff. I can be in the kitchen and I can pull up images.
As long as your organizational system
My organizational
is something that
system
you can
is
actually
solid.
find it, because that's most people.
Nope.
They'll preach the NAS, but then they can never find anything in their NAS.
I use the Leo system, and it works perfectly. I know where everything is. Finding images on my Lightroom is not an issue. Now, there are other complexities about an NAS where they kind of back up and they do all these different things. Now, I have my NAS actually backing up to a G-Tech drive that sits right on top of it. In fact, I can show you a picture.
Yeah.
I just took a picture of it the other day.
Yeah, and I think that's where the key is. All it is a drive that is attached to your home network that stores your photos. Network
here it is.
attached storage.
So here's my Synology NAS, and sitting on top of it is a G-Tech, and sitting on top of that is a powered Ethernet router.
Yep.
Because you're going to need Ethernet cables and all that stuff. I mean, but I will say this. You need to have a friend who has one already, because the setup and doing things, even the backup, their software is for an IT person.
It is. It's built for an IT
The
person.
software needs
Absolutely.
IT help. Now, I was very lucky. Terry White has this NAS, same one. I bought the one he told me to get. He spent an hour on the phone with me getting it all set up and then setting up the backup. If I didn't have Terry, I would just have a big hard drive.
Okay, so but there's the other point. If you're like asking NAS because you have a limitation, but I think the setup for most people is a huge hard drive that
Just
hooks
a
up to your
huge-
machine,
like the G-Tech.
and then another huge hard drive that's backing up that hard drive.
Yeah.
That's it.
I got my
Like
I
for
got
most
my
people,
G-Tech over
that
here.
will work. And in fact, that's the system that I have. We're edge cases, right? I'm an edge case.
He's an edge case.
I have the hard drive there, and then the hard drive stacked on top of it. These two, one's my primary, one's my backup. That backup is then being copied to a NAS, which you don't have to do. That's just ridiculously overkill, but it's me. I like to ridiculously overkill stuff. And then that drive here is backed up to Backblaze, which is another ridiculous, well, I don't think that's overkill, but I think it's overkill.
Mine's worse than that.
I know.
I have my NAS. My NAS is backed up to a G-Tech.
Yep.
I have a second G-Tech that is sitting over here on the grid set from my house. Once every 6 weeks or something, I go and I use carbon copy cloners so they're exactly
Yep.
the same, and then I bring it back to the office. And then I have Backblaze also backing up the G-Tech
Yeah.
because it won't back up the NAS, but it will back up the G-Tech.
And I didn't even mention that I also have Amazon Photos backing up all those photos too.
Yeah,
So
so
it's just like,
it's
why
a
do we
lot.
do it? But it's just what we do.
All right, so if you want to learn about the Leo system,
Yes.
it's called the Leo because it's Lightroom Easy Organization, LEO, Lightroom.
Like if
Easy
you're like, I
Organization.
can't find files, I don't know where they are, I don't know how
not
they're
sure if I'm
organized, I
backed
don't know
up.
I'm backed up, you have to watch this class because it will change your life. I've had members who we've helped, especially Inner Circle and
Yep.
you know getting into it because once they get their life in order, oh, they're so much happier.
I know, but you know what happens? I got a call this week with a guy, and here's where it people get messed up, and he was messed up. He goes, I follow pretty much most of the Leo system,
Until this one part.
and as soon as they say, and then I kind of veer out. No, it's just so simple. Just follow the system because you're calling me because your system doesn't work. You're like you followed the Leo system, then at some point you said, I'm going to do my own thing.
And
when you
usually what I find people want to modify is by date. They always want to do by date.
don't sort
I don't
by
know why.
date.
I don't
Oh
know
my
why.
gosh! And I go through
they
why.
want to.
I go through a whole thing in the Leo
But then
system.
they can never
why.
figure it out.
Oh,
I don't know.
let's move on.
All right, Sam's actually making a comment here. I use Scott's Slim system, which now we tweak to the Leo system.
Yep.
And it really brings out the sanity to my Lightroom organization.
Thank
There
you,
go.
Sam. There you go. I know Sam.
All right, Bill is asking, does the new Lightroom update that improves the select subject mask also work with the select object mask?
No, Bill, it does not. But here's what it does do. So just for those of you who don't know, in this latest update to Lightroom, they actually went back and kind of improved, not kind of improved, majorly improved the quality of select subject and the mask that it makes. So what else does it fix? Well, it also fixes, if you use it in this way, background masking. Because what you would do, and you don't click the word background because that gives you the old one. Instead, go select subject, which will do a great job, and then hit invert, and then it selects everything else. There's two, but there's one more area where it fixes it. It's unfortunately not the object select mask, but if you use the lens blur panel in Lightroom, because it's based on select subject,
It gets better, yeah.
then that does a better job of selection. So all the select subject stuff has gotten infinitely better. I mean, it's night and day better, and it was already pretty good, but now it's like crazy good. But unfortunately, Bill, it does not.
But don't you think that that's going to come? It's just
Yes,
gonna
I do.
trickle
I
down?
think
It'll just
they're going to
trickle
be.
down.
This is not any secret information, but if you ask me, I think that they're going to go through and fix them all, and make them
they'll
all
just
better. Why
trickle
wouldn't
down,
they?
Yeah. It's just they know the first thing that people hit is select subject. That's
Yeah.
the most important thing with your photograph is your
Yeah.
subject. So that's where we'll start. All right. We have to take a break.
Oh, is it break
We're gonna
time?
do break
I don't
time
see the
already.
word break, though.
I know. I'm just actually have an internal clock right now
Oh,
because
okay.
Jason will start annoying us.
Oh, he
So,
will. All right,
yeah.
we're going to take a short one when we come back where we've got more questions coming in from you guys. We'll be answering here in just a minute.
Hey guys, Frank Dorhoff here. Welcome in our studio in the Netherlands and welcome to a new class on Kelby One. Do you ever wonder, like, how can we get more creative with our photography? Are you a little bit afraid when you look at those websites and you can see all those props and they are pretty expensive and you don't know what to buy? Why not start with the stuff that you already have? Why not get some, let's say, emergency blankets, or maybe get a torch? If the light is too bright or too large, use a little bit of piece of cardboard. You will find out that in this class, you will look at your photography equipment in a totally different way. There are no more excuses. I don't have expensive gear. I don't have expensive backdrops. After this class, you will make the best of even an emergency blanket. Join me on this new class on Kelby One to create great images with cheap materials that you can find in and around your house. And you probably already have a load of them that I'm going to show you in this class. See you online.
Hello, my name is John Dukes, and I want to invite you to watch my Kelby One class, Blue Hour Mastery, how to create dynamic cityscape photography. You're going to create photos that are going to impress everyone you show. People are going to get that wow effect. We're going to learn how to scout the location, what Blue Hour is, all the different levels of twilight that you could shoot your photo in, camera settings. We're going to talk about gear. We're going to talk about how to take that photo from being a snapshot to a gorgeous cityscape image that you're going to want to hang up on your wall. So come join me at kelby1.com. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Hey, we're back. Scott and Erik are here. We're taking your questions and stuff. And where are we at, Mr. Kuna? How about this one?
Yes, Jack's asking a question here. His question is, I'm going to have an opportunity to photograph a Temple University football game on the sidelines this fall. That's awesome.
That is
and he has a Canon R5 Mark II, a 70-200 f2.8, an RF 100 to 500, which is I think like a something to 6.3 or 5.6 or something. It's variable, and then 24 to 105 f4. I'm planning on renting a second R5 Mark II, and I'm open to renting a second lens. So what would you recommend? So would you recommend him using the lenses he has, or going and renting another lens?
It depends on one huge thing. Is it a day or a night game? Jack, let me know if it's a day or a night game, and I'll give you a great recommendation. But
well, let me ask you, can we do this? What's a day game? Is he renting a lens?
Day game does not have to use the RF 1 to 5 and probably the 24 to 105. So if they get inside the 20-yard line, you'll switch to the 24 to 105. And if they're away from you, which anything from the 20 on down, you'll use the 100 to 500. And you don't need the 70 to 200. It's just not long enough.
There you go. It's a day game. So,
it's a day game?
Yeah, the 100, 500, 24 to 105, you're good.
Now, if you really just for you want to have an awesome time, you could go, if you're going to rent a lens, I'd get a 400 f2.8. Actually, you're on Canon.
600.
Get the 200 to 400.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the tally? It's like they're changing. I'm
tallying all over the place.
I don't know where to look anymore. All right.
Let's go. Lens rentals.
Who's in the booth today?
That's Jason, I thought.
That's Jason?
I know.
I don't know.
You're talking the 200, 400, the
with the 1.5 teleextender built into it. So that's a great lens. It's an f4. And
that's an older one, right? That's an EF, right?
Yeah, and it's got a switch on it that switches you to the. But just don't forget to get the adapter. You'll need an adapter because it's not. I don't think they made a new one.
Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah,
right here.
There it is.
And it's not cheap to rent.
It's not cheap. It is not cheap.
But that's for 7-day rental. You don't have to rent it all those.
Yeah, you don't need to rent it for a week. But anyway.
But yeah, it's cool. It has a little switch there. I want to say, did they update this one though?
I don't know.
Let me go see.
I don't think so.
You take me off there. I'll go find it.
All right, while he's looking for that. But if it's a day game, you can get away with murder. I don't think you'll be happy with the 70 to 200 because you're not going to get to use it enough. You're going to be running to get to where the action is. Because where you're going to get hammered, Jack, is you get all set up, you're down on your knees, you're ready to go, and then there's a penalty, and it moves them back 15 yards, and you're like, now you're out of range, and you're having to switch lenses and stuff. That's why I like the 100 to 400 versus 500 versus the 7200. Leave the 7200 at home.
Yeah, and you really don't. I mean, you're just going to shoot wide open to begin with.
Yeah.
So you're just going to shoot a wide open f
Body
shot.
1 is the 100 to 500. Body 2 is the 24 to 105.
Yeah, especially because it's this would get way more complex if it was a night game.
Yeah.
Way
Oh,
more
forget it.
complex.
Night. You get your checkbook
Well,
out.
just get your checkbook out or start renting stuff.
They make an RF version of that? No, right?
No, they've got a 100 or 300, and it looks like like I said, there's a 600 now.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so I don't see.
All right, let's move
no.
on.
All right.
Belinda wants to know, Eric, and you have probably an idea on this. What are the
Yes.
best focus stacking programs?
Okay.
Now,
Well,
Photoshop will do
besides
focus
Photoshop,
tracking.
Photoshop will do just fine.
It's fine.
It's just fine.
Yeah, but
I mean,
if you're
for most
serious-
people,
right, for
it
most
will-
people.
if you told me I'm doing focus stacking, I'm not happy with it, get this piece of software right here. I just went to the website. It's Helicon Focus, and I'm telling you that one. That's the best.
what everybody uses.
That's Scott's screen. Not,
Oh, yeah, why are you showing my screen?
yeah, there.
I was trying to find a better shot on my...
Sure. This. There you go. There you go.
What,
And
what
I'm
is
telling
going
you.
on
I'm
in
telling
the
you. I
booth?
don't know. But yeah, I mean, this is
Dobson.
This is what I use, and it works great, and no complaints.
Where's Dobson?
It'll do everything you need. It'll even do like live view focus stacking and all this stuff. It's crazy.
Whoever's in the booth, go beat him up.
All right. So yeah, check that out. I mean, it is that's why I say Photoshop is fine for most people because this is an additional cost. I think this one is either $55 a year, or you can buy like a lifetime license for like a couple $100.
All right.
So, but you're gonna have to spend that more money if you want that fancier software. So,
All right, let's see. James.
James asking, how important are firmware updates? I have received an email that the Canon R6 Mark II has one. You get very opposite, but I trust yours the most. Like, what do you
Varied
think?
opinions.
Yes.
Online, people have varied opinions. Are you
What?
sure?
What?
Yeah. No. Yes. Do your firmware updates. Your firmware updates either fix problems, add features, or very often both. Firmware updates they're easy to do, and
What I
they're
tend to recommend with this, though, and this is my opinion on it.
Okay.
I wait a couple weeks.
Well, yeah.
I don't do it right
but
away.
I think that
It's
one
been out for a while because I know
out,
it's one because
yeah.
I've already updated mine to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But just not like day one. I don't like rush out. I got to update it.
right, because every
But-
once in a while you'll have a funky one.
Yeah, because they'll fix it usually. They'll have a funky thing that'll come through, and that's
Yeah.
why if you wait a couple weeks, it'll kind of get the funk out. But I'm with Scott. Always update. It's only going to fix a problem or give you a new feature.
or both.
And that's what it did. I mean, then actually my R5 II got new features that were pretty awesome.
Dave G.
Yeah. JG Montana is saying, speaking of DSLR to mirrorless, how much degradation is there using an adapter for a DSLR lens to a mirrorless camera?
Zero.
Zero.
It's just an adapter.
Yeah.
It's just like if you have an electric car and you go to a charging
Well, so-
station and my plug won't fit. You put an adapter on. Oh, now it fits.
I think maybe the question there, or maybe the thing we could dispel, if you're using a mirrorless camera and you put an EF lens or any lens, an older DSLR lens
yeah.
on it, is the quality going to be worse because you're doing that? No.
No.
If anything, I found
Is it gonna be
the
better?
quality is a little better because it's a newer sensor and it's a newer camera, but the lens quality isn't any
Nah.
different. It's like the
Nope.
same as what you had when you had the mirrorless or the DSLR.
Yep. Nope.
It's the same.
All right,
So-
Craig.
No degradation. Craig is saying, I saw a video that discussed. Saw a video.
Oh, here we go.
Probably on YouTube. All right. Saw a video that discussed that clients don't want a lot of bokeh. They want wider focal lengths, film shots, less editing, especially those frequency separation edits. What are your thoughts?
Look, you watched a video on the internet There's a video on the internet every day that, look, this guy, do you think he's the official spokesman of all clients?
Well, so let me just, there is a thing out here, right, that I've noticed, because you're saying clients. If the word clients was changed to younger people who are buying pictures of things, like I've noticed that they want them to be a little bit less perfect. Like
that's fine. That's why they're buying those crappy cameras. They're buying crappy point
They don't
and
want the
shoots.
bokeh. They want wider focal lengths. They want
but
film
this-
shots.
Don't listen to. First off, that
Less
video
editing.
sounds stupid. It just sounds like maybe that guy's clients don't want. So he had a situation where he went and shot. He had lots of bokeh. He had all this stuff, and his client wasn't happy with the gig. And they're like, "We wanted something wider. We don't like all the out of focus background." That doesn't mean
I've noticed that,
he's not,
though.
He's
Yeah.
not the international
Yeah.
spokesman for all clients. So that's number one.
Yeah, maybe that's it. His clients.
His clients. His clients or his client may not want that. But do I believe that? Absolutely not. So what he's saying is my clients want less professional looking pictures.
That's
Probably
exactly
not.
it.
Probably not. Now, he also mentioned less editing, maybe,
Film shots.
especially frequency separation editing. Frequency separation editing, which is a skin retouching technique, is popular because it's the one where the skin looks the most realistic. However, I bet that client had somebody that overdid the frequency separation. The
Yes.
reason we like frequency separation is it maintains skin texture while basically smoothing the gradations on the skin. The problem is there's people that way overdo it, and it looks like, you look at it and you go, oh, they did frequency separation, because they did too much of it. What they're saying is they don't like bad retouching. Well, duh. So, I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what? Eric and I watched a video where this guy was talking about how to make
remember
great
that.
portraits. And it had like a ridiculous amount of views. I don't know, 900,000, 1.1 million.
Yes. It
And
was the most popular on the subject.
Yeah, at the
most
time.
popular at the time on the subject.
And it
which
was
scared us.
It should have been named, if you want people to look horrible, do these things.
I actually think the video should have been called "Everything You Just Said Was Wrong."
Yeah, it was unbelievably bad, and it was a popular
Everything they were
video.
teaching, I was like,
Eric
everything
and I
you
are
just
watching
said
it, and
was
we're
wrong.
Like, I cannot believe what are watching. I just
And it was
cannot
what
believe.
most people were. It was trending. Most people were watching, and they're following it. And I'm going, if you follow this, you're actually doing the exact opposite of what you want to be doing for professional.
Yeah,
For
And
good.
and
for-
also, right now there's a trend towards buying cheap point and shoot cameras, old point and shoot cameras, because it's somebody saw somebody doing it and it's hip and all. It's some of these trends that they basically come and go.
They're
But right
trends.
now, you don't see professional photographers going out and buying crappy cameras. Like it's a cool kid thing to do, right? If you're a young content creator and something and you want to look hip, you're using this crappy camera. Anne has got a great comment here. Oh,
No, I don't know.
Wow.
She did, but then Dobson totally like.
God. Dobson, you might as well be in the booth.
All
over
right,
there.
Ann said, "Trends are trends. They come and go. Stay your style, especially if they hired you for it."
Yeah.
Amen.
Great point.
Amen.
So,
and that's what, like, to Craig's point, I mean, there is an emerging thing on this. I just think it is like Ann saying, it's a trend. They're literally wanting worse looking photos. And I think what that goes back to is, we talked about this a few months ago. Intentional. They want the intentional imperfection. They want imperfections in their photos.
hold that thought.
All right, chiming in on this topic, somebody's chiming in and said, my 15-year-old asked for a crappy point-and-shoot camera this Christmas. And I
Are
very
you
time...
Craig C7708? I knew who it was. I thought, this is Craig Cohen. Craig says, you're absolutely right. It was a young person.
Yep, that's what it is. And that's what somebody's chiming in here and saying that 15-year-old wanted a point-and-shoot.
All right.
I photographed, she wanted me
Yeah.
to crop the joints, hold it at odd angles.
And let me ask you a question. Are kids paying other people to
Ooh,
take
that's
photos?
a good point. That's a good point. Or they
Are
just
there-
making
and they're
YouTube
paying-
videos.
They're paying people. They're buying their clients. They're not clients. They have a phone.
And are they
They're gonna have their
clients
friend do
or
it.
a friend who asked
right.
them to go take a picture?
Yes, Craig. Listen. Stop watching Instagram Shorts. This is not good for your health. All right, take care, buddy. Bye. I saw it. Craig see him like,
And like, I know who this
I know
is.
Craig. I bet that's Craig. I bet it's Craig Cohen.
Yeah.
And Craig always has stuff like that. He's hilarious. He's
And
a
that's
really,
what the person
really
was
fun
saying,
guy.
the one above the 15-year-old. And then it's just, she wants me use on-camera flash and all this stuff. Like, there is this thing that the younger kids are wanting that. I really think it's a fight back from AI. It's a fight back from AI that it looks more real.
Hey, he could be onto something.
I think
here.
it is.
He could.
I think it's just they want
And
more
they say
real
that
and
the
imperfect.
youngest generation is like anti
Yes.
AI.
And I think that's what it
And
is.
then the next generation is all about AI.
Yeah, so I think that's where this is coming from.
Erik could be onto something there.
They just
But you
want to
know what?
return to real.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we got some more questions. But Craig, if you're watching, and I know that you are, stay off the Instagram shorts and TikTok. Those are
Yeah,
for children.
That's how these trends start.
I knew it was Craig.
Okay, landscape photographers, wildlife photographers, all you guys, travel photographers. I've had so many of you come up to me and go, you know what, I stink at taking portraits. I'm not any good at them. I've never taken a good portrait. I'm not a portrait guy. Just not me. I'm not a portrait gal. Nope, not me. You know what? You're probably not until you watch this course. I'm gonna set you up for success. We're gonna stack the deck, and all of a sudden, the clouds are gonna part. You're gonna take your first portrait, following everything I say in this class. You're gonna look in the back of your camera and you're gonna go, holy cow, I can do this. You're gonna become a portrait photographer when you do this, because you're gonna fall in love with the whole process, because it's easy and simple. There's steps that people are leaving out, and I'm putting them in. You're gonna get all of them in my brand new course. It's called Taking Your First Portrait and Knocking It Out of the Park, and it's exclusively here at Kelby One.
Hi, I'm Ibadi NX Perella, and I'm here in downtown Los Angeles. Have you ever been out on a busy street scene and you get out there and there's so much going on, you just don't know where to start? You get really frustrated, you make some snapshots, but they're so lackluster. Well, what I'm gonna teach you are the very secrets that I use all the time to make great photographs from some of the most ordinary scenes imaginable. You'll learn in this class how, by just carefully observing and watching things sort of play out in front of you, visual miracles can happen just as a result of you just staying in place and seeing life play out in front of you. And this class is for more than just people interested in street photography. This is a way of how you see the world. So come check out my class and learn something brand new.
I'm Rick Salmon, and I'm really excited to tell you about my latest Kelby One class. I've teamed with Chicago-based meteorologist Mike Kaplan. Why, Mike? Because great photography isn't about perfect weather. It's about understanding the weather. Mike, known by his co-workers as the Professor for his dedication to weather and science, and I kick things off by showing you why weather matters. Then we teach you how to read the sky, so you can anticipate those dramatic moments, from rainbows to auroras, before they happen. And together, Mike and I show you how to use weather conditions to create stronger and more compelling images. You'll learn how to work with fog, storms, and clouds. We also cover gear and accessories that help you capture those epic shots. And finally, we show you how to enhance your images in Photoshop and Lightroom, bringing your vision to life. So my friends, I really hope you can join us for this awesome class only on Kelby One.
Hey, we're back, Scott and
Back.
Erik,
Yeah, we're
and
talking.
got some more questions. Let's hit them.
Yeah. So Jeff H is asking, was in a comfortable climate-controlled house recently and walked outside with my mirrorless in very high humidity and excessive moisture issues on the lens. Any suggestions to mitigate? Absolutely. This is a common problem.
Yeah, this is a very
Doesn't matter
common
if you have
problem.
a DSLR or a film camera or a mirrorless, you will all have those problems.
Right. So people will run into this on vacation. They go someplace or they go on a cruise, and then they walk outside, and the difference in temperature is so large. Doesn't make any difference whether it's a DSLR or mirrorless. What a lot of people will do is they will put their camera out on the balcony, not where it can slide off and go into the ocean, or not where it slides up, but they'll put it outside overnight. Now you don't have to do it overnight, but if you put it outside for 20 minutes, when you go outside, it's already acclimated to the new temperature. Like we're here in Florida, and in my house it's very nice and cool. Outside it's not, and I'm likely to, anytime you change
Past
into
the dew
that,
point. That's
all
all
of a
you're
sudden it's fogged up, and it's going to be fogged up for 20 minutes.
At least.
At least.
At least 20 minutes, if not more.
So
And it doesn't matter what you do to it. You just got to wait it out.
You just got to wait it out. So the best thing to do is, and like people, like if they're going in their car and they're going to get out and the car's air conditioned, they'll roll down the windows and let the lens get acclimated to the outside temperature a bit more. So when you step out, it's not like
That's usually
freezing
in
to hot.
Florida, I keep my camera gear when I'm going on a shoot. I keep it in the trunk because if it stays in the car, I get out and have
Gets
to use
cold.
it. It's gonna get cold and then fog up.
There you go.
That's what happens.
That was easy.
Yeah. Ernie's asking, would you ever go on vacation with just your iPhone?
100%,
I've done it
absolutely.
before.
Now, I've got an iPhone 17 Pro, and it's a wonderful. It's got like literally from what is it?
Point to make. I would only go with a
The
pro
Pro.
model.
It's gotta be a Pro model.
Mostly the recent Pro models.
Absolutely. In fact, I did a cruise last year with my wife, and I took my camera gear and didn't use it. I used my phone the whole time. So
I went to the Amalfi Coast and just took my phone and came out with amazing pictures and got a photo album and prints on the wall, all that good stuff.
Wouldn't even blink
wouldn't
twice.
even think about it.
Alrighty, let's see then.
Wolfick has a comment here. It says, "Hello, Mr. Kelby. I'm from Beirut, Lebanon, and I learned photography by reading your books. Thank you so much."
Oh, hey, very glad
go.
to have you here.
And then,
well done.
Calvin is saying, "Hey, Scott, over your left shoulder, there's a whiteboarded photo. Please tell me about it."
Okay, Calvin. So this photo was taken by a dear friend of mine, Kelly Jones. So Kelly
That
has,
one over there. That's
both
out of focus.
These, actually, this one and the next one over there, which is London. So this is Venice, and that's London. Let me pull this off of here. So this shot, beautiful shot, long exposure. You can see it's a long exposure. Let me get some of the reflections out of there.
There we go.
Long exposure shot, gorgeous, real sky, everything real. Just a beautiful shot. So this was taken during my workshop in Venice, Italy. Kelly was one of the participants, and he won Best Photo of the Week as chosen by his peers. And then as a gift, he sent me this. And so to honor that, we put it on the grid set. Well, he's won at two different ones. He won Best Photo in London. His London shot is spectacular over there. And then this other one. And then
there you go.
The shot in the middle was taken by my friend Mimo Madani, who I do workshops with. The time I met him and did a photo walk in Venice, probably 10, 12 years ago. So, but that's what the one is. I love the shot, and he was nice enough to send it to me. So it's on the set.
All right. Tony's asking, "Hey guys, would it be possible to have a suggest improvements and or features in Lightroom?" So basically like a suggested improvements.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Tony.
If we do it,
we
it'll
can
be all
absolutely
pipe
do
dreams.
it, but you can go to Adobe's Lightroom forum where they actually have a forum monitored by the engineers where they asked you to submit suggestions and improvements.
Of course, maybe we could do the episode and then everybody can inundate the forum with the link to the episode.
Oh yeah, we can do that too.
That.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
I got a bunch of ideas for you there, Tony. We could have a good time. And then the last question of the day, Phil G.
What's the decision process of when to take a picture from Camera Raw, Lightroom Classic to On1?
Oh, this is easy. So Phil, I do all my basic stuff inside of Lightroom. I get all my white balance and exposure and all that kind of stuff. But there will all of a sudden be a point where I go, ooh, I want to do a really cool lens flare effect. Like I want to have a lens coming in from the left and all. It's like,
I could do that in Photoshop in a lot of time.
It'd take 10 minutes, or I can go to On1 and do it in 10 seconds. So it's when I get to the end of the process and I want to add maybe finishing moves, because there are certain things that I really like to do at the end. And by the way, just in case you wonder, I share a lot of the things, my finishing moves and stuff, on a podcast that I do called One on One. So it's One like O-N-E, One on One. You can find it on YouTube or wherever, you know, stuff is podcaster. But I do some tips, and then I invite somebody on from On One, and they share some tips or some other instructors. And it's a short half-hour podcast, but we cover a lot in that very short time, and you'll see me doing all those things. But I get my basic stuff done there in either Camera Raw or Lightroom, and then when it's time for finishing moves or special effects, I go over and
so
do
that's
it
where
there.
you're using it at the end as like a finishing move for effects. So you're using like On One Photo Raw, which is like the effects. They used to be called On One Effects.
Well, it's still called effects. You can
Effects,
still
yeah.
buy it as its own
Yeah.
thing, but I have the whole Photo Raw package.
Yeah.
So built into this one package is resize, AI, noise reduction,
Well,
sky
that's what I think
replacement,
where I was
all
going
that
is
stuff.
the only other condition here is if you're doing noise reduction, that happens first. So that you would do first.
Yeah, that's
if
the
you're
very
going on
first
one
thing.
for noise reduction.
Do that
and
first.
then sharpening would be at the end, or resizing would be at the end.
Right.
You're doing that middle step of like when I get done with Photoshop and I'm like I want to do effects easy, jump over to On One.
Yeah, and I know how to do a lot of these effects. Obviously, in Photoshop, I can do them. I've been doing them for years, but it just takes so long.
Yeah, it'd be like 10, 20 minutes, or
I can click a
buttons.
button and there it is, and it's just like. And if I don't like it when it's over on the left, I can click a button and it's on the right. And some things it just does better, like Photoshop does sky replacement.
Yeah.
But On One, sky replacement is better.
There you
and
go.
it does things that Photoshops won't do with a click of a button. So it's just.
Look at there. Phil
That's it.
says thank you. There you go.
Oh,
We
you
got the answer.
All right,
All
let's
right.
do our winners. Who won stuff?
Platypod accessory set is going to Raymond Larson, and then the iPhone photography book is going to Eric Bittner, and then the night photography book is going to Ben Woodbury, and then On One No Noise AI is going to Jeannie Baruso. And then we already have your information. We'll send you out your prize.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much. It's good to have Mr. Kuna back in the house. We'll be back next week for episode 702. And I think what we'll be doing next week, is it blind photo critiques next week?
I don't know what it is
Or
next
it,
week.
it might be, it's either blind photo critiques or how would I edit your photo. But either way, we'll be using submitted photos from some of you guys
There we
out
go.
there. And we'll be doing that next week. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to our crew here. Boo to our control room. Boo! Boo!
Uh-oh. We're not going to get a good show.
No, he's not going to come out and say good show like he normally does, because boo! Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Boo!